have a conversation where we have to say, some of the food I eat needs to love me. Otherwise, I'm not loving myself. There's such great power in what the earth has given us. And I think that if we can take the time to have a conversation with ourselves about the power of food as medicine and the different ways that we can access that. And I think it starts with our thinking, right? So we are animals. We are governed by the laws of nature. I think we forget this because we live in such a technological world, right? Such a convenient modern age. We forget that we're bound to some of these laws of nature. And so in doing that, we have to understand that food has great power. And to me, it's not just about the power of real food, which that's so important too. It's things like an old saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, there's 100 studies that prove that statement to be true now. Or the way that there are really inexpensive binders to help the detox process, right? So different herbal formulations can, and the earth tells us too, because if it's bitter, if we don't want, if it doesn't taste good, chances are it's going to kill something inside of us, those bitters, things like oregano, great power to wipe out, artemisia, like great power, wormwood, great power in these unpleasant tasting herbs from the earth. And then you have these like powerful binders like charcoal and diatomaceous earth and zeolite and carbon that like mop up behind, like there's this beautiful partnership that can happen. And yeah, it can be complex in kind of like educating people and peeling back the layers and doing it strategically. But really, when you think about it, there's this beautiful harmony that can happen in putting the body in this environment that it was actually designed to be in, sweating and cold or hot, depending on like what your constitution needs, whether or not you need to detoxify or nourish or swing between the two. But like fulvic minerals is one of the most recommended things that I do, that I mention to people, because there's almost no harm in it. Right? There's certain supplements you have to be really careful if people are on meds, or again, that balance between detoxifying and not flaring. If they're stuck in trauma, the way their body wants to kind of come to a baseline. But something like fulvic minerals, it's crushed fulvic volcanic rock, right? And this substance it's like this perfect superfood of vitamins and minerals and amino acids, and it's the superfood of the good organisms in the gut. So, we have these complex probiotics. At the same time, we have this incredible food. And you can buy it as diluted into its nanoparticles, but it's ion charged, it's nanoparticle. It doesn't care if your gut doesn't absorb correctly. It will like work its way behind the scenes. And so it will nourish someone that's really depleted while they are going through whatever they need to go through. And so right away, like we will draw blood and put someone on that, and they can just start to feel better while they're waiting for results, just by doing crushed volcanic fulvic rock in water and start kind of moving things at a cellular level. I tell people like, there are these places around the world where you can be in these pools in these water, and you can drink these healing waters. We were supposed to be drinking this stuff. I think it has great healing power. And it's really inexpensive. I think that's part of, we feel so broken that the solution also must be complicated. It must be expensive. It can't be changing my water. It can't be doing rock. It can't be using charcoal. It can't be Um, I mean, some of the herbs in the formulations can get, pretty complicated and but if people just start eating real food again, just start thinking that my body is made up of DNA and RNA. I am biology. I have a biocode, right? And in that biocode, I'm a perfect match to fuel that contains DNA and RNA. And if I eat that, then there is a working system. And there's power in color. The foods from the earth that have the most benefit, have the most nutrient density, show you because they're rich in color. Blueberries. Blueberries are like a superfood. They help balance hormones. They are very low in natural sugars, so they're really easy to not disrupt anyone's fungal issues. What is most fascinating to me about blueberries is the plaque in the brain that we develop. We develop plaque on our brain like we do on our teeth. It's not the exact same plaque, but it's similar, and it's called plaque, and it's amyloid plaque. And, I mean, imagine if you never brushed your teeth, what would happen, right? It's not just the pain of the cavities, right? Like you probably would eventually not be able to chew. Well, that amyloid plaque develops on the brain, and suddenly information can't communicate back and forth. And so it's being tied to Alzheimer's. And even the Center for Age-Related Diseases is studying the effect of blueberry because blueberry helps reduce brain plaque. So it's kind of like the toothpaste of the brain. So, I mean, great power. They statistically found that even just a quarter cup of blueberries every day will significantly reduce risk. I mean, definitely there are other pieces, right?